Hey y'all, hope you can hear me over the mowing in the background. Today I'm going to pot up tomato plants for my seedling sale. It really needs done. So I'm just going to go set out my greenhouse and pot up tomato plants. But my first order of business is to get some soil. And also I apologize if I'm a little groggy. I'm still not quite awake, even though I've been awake for hours now. It's just one of those days where I'm having trouble, I don't know, getting my motor revved. So I'm going to go get this started and I'll meet you at my greenhouse here in a moment. So I have these pots where I multi-sowed these tomatoes. I'm just going to up pot them in this size pot for my seedling sale. And it's going to take a little bit to get that done. So I'm just going to turn on some music and work at this. I've also pre-made labels for these, so that's done already. There might be a few if a little more has sprouted since I made these labels, or you know, there might be a reason why I might have to make a label or two. So I do have extra labels out here, but for the most part I've got all my labels for this made. Greenhouse is getting very hot and my camera won't stay on for more than a few seconds at a time before it starts to overheat. So I'm going to come out here later when it's not so warm and pot up the rest of these, or at least most of them. Just want to show you. It says 109 degrees in here, even with the doors open. 43.2 Celsius. I think I'm going to go get a fan and plug it in. I'll see you guys later this evening. Since it's still rather warm in my greenhouse, even though it's several hours later, I think I'm going to go ahead and pop this asparagus that I have in the ground real quick. So I was out here earlier and I started a video, but my battery died. I didn't realize it was so low. After having technical difficulties with the overheating this morning, whenever I came out a little later, my battery died. So I'm going to take you and show you my asparagus. And then I'm going to go up pot some more tomatoes. Alright, I got all these asparagus planted. And then I had a couple of purple ones I planted back there where that tag is, because that area is where my other purple asparagus is planted. Now I do want to say that I know that this bed is overplanted, but these are tiny little asparagus that I grew from seed this year, and there will be enough room in here for them to grow for at least a year or two before I need to start thinking about separating them. You really can't start eating on your asparagus until about the third year if you're growing them from seed anyway, and if they get too crowded I will just split them at the time, but until then they are in the ground. They've got plenty of space for how big they are at this moment in time, and they're in some nice dark soil and compost, so I hope that they're overall happy. Alright, let's go pot up some more tomato plants. These are the asparagus that wouldn't fit in the bed, as well as that asparagus. I'm just going to sell the 4-packs. I just got to make some tags for them first. And these are ground cherries, tomatillos, and tomatoes I carried out today. There are some more back here. I have these ones over here that are getting big, that are my own personal ones. I just wanted to have bigger plants to get tomatoes earlier. Alright, so the sun's starting to go down, and I want to kind of take advantage of this nice, cooler part of the day. It was so hot in my greenhouse earlier that I did drag a fan out, and I also watered everything down. I hooked up my water hose, took it in there, and made sure everything got sprayed down. I did that a couple of times today because it was just so hot. Alright, I'm going to turn this fan off and go sit in here and get some more of these tomatoes potted up. Okay, y'all, it's getting dark out here, so I think I'm going to call it a day. I've got most of my tomatoes potted up at this point that need potted up, and I'm just going to keep plugging away at this until it's done. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. I will see you next time. Bye.